Hi, I'm Blaine Bartlett. In the midst of this COVID 19 pandemic, we're starting to hear calls to open things up so that we can return to what people are calling normal. Now, before we unthinkingly shoot ourselves in the foot, let's stop for just a minute and ask a question. What is the normal that we want to return to? And I mean, seriously, think about this. Is it a normal where our drinking water is contaminated by lead because of corporate greed and political malfeasance? Is it a normal where healthcare is unaffordably out of reach for many of us? Is it a normal that's evidenced by a poverty of meaning for large chunks of our population and political disenfranchisement of voters? Is it a normal where far too many of us don't even have an extra $400 in our pockets for an emergency? Is it a normal where the wealth disparity in this country is larger than it's ever been before? Or is it a normal where many of our businesses pay attention only to profit at the expense of all other considerations? It could be a normal where our elected leaders are interested only in enriching themselves at the expense of our democracy and our ideals. That's normal. Yeah, there's no question that this pandemic is a major disruption to what we've come to think of as normal. And if we take this disruption as a wake-up call, that just may be a good thing. What we call normal is no more than what we've unconsciously and unthinkingly become habituated to. Let's think about that for just a moment. Any great perturbation or disruption has the benefit of interrupting patterns of behavior. And it's only when habitual patterns of behavior are interrupted and disrupted that something different becomes possible. So rather than reactively trying to get back to normal, what if each of us just stopped? I mean, literally, just stopped for a moment and asked a simple question. What would I love? What would I love my life to be? What would I love my government to be? What would I love my healthcare to be? What would I love my work to be? Those are questions that can be answered by every single one of us. And they are ideals. They are something that we can aspire to. It doesn't have to be a step back to what was. It can be a step forward to what could be, a possibility. I'm not saying to ignore the disruption of the economic uncertainty that's in place right now. Yeah, these obviously need attending to. And it's an and, there is an opportunity that each of us has to create a different world for ourselves and for each other. Normal does not have to be what was. What we call normal is nothing more than the familiar outward expression of our internal mindset, both individually and collectively. Manifesting a new normal requires a different mindset. It literally does. We can't control external events any more than we can try to stop the tide from coming in or going out. But we can control our thinking. We can control our attitudes, our feelings. We can control our behaviors. In short, those are all things that comprise our mindset. Take some time in this time that you have today and just reflect. Take some time to just breathe for a minute and consider the question, what would I love? You can find out about more you can find out more about mindset, and you can find out more about me at blainebartlett.com. Thanks for listening.